Hi everyone, good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I think we are still ladies here. Good evening, everybody. I hope you're as excited as I am to be in this event today. Good evening. Hi, our speaker. Miss Olateju Sharon. Good evening, everyone. So it's a good time to post on your WhatsApp, post on Instagram, post on every of your social media handle. Let people know that we are starting immediately. You're welcome. You're welcome, everyone. You're welcome to today's edition of Leverage Effect and Expansion. You are welcome, everyone. So can we just briefly introduce ourselves in the comment section as we await others to join this evening? Very quickly, can we just let us know where we are joining from? Let us know where we are joining from. So I'll just start. My name is Josephine, and I'll be a host for the 4 days we'll be having this event. I'm Josephine Lubi, and I'm so excited to be here from Lagos. Thank you. So, yes, who's going next? I'm waiting to see. Okay. I'd like to know where you are joining us from, your name and where you are joining us from. So can we just type in the chat box where we are joining from? Okay. Hi, Oluwatoyin. You're welcome. We're glad to have you here this evening. Where are you joining us from? We'll be starting very soon. I just want to have a brief introduction from Osun State. Amazing, amazing. Hi, Kende from Ogun State. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay, I can see Aluko Oluwadami Lola. You're welcome from Abeokuta. I can see Samuel Michael from Ibadan. Excited to be here. I can see Ibukun Oluwanimi joining from Osun State. You're highly welcome. Can see Florence from Ogun State. You're welcome. Okay, yes, let's keep it coming. Yeah, I can see Mide Lubi joining from Lagos. You're highly welcome. You're highly welcome. Let's keep it coming. We have 20 participants on this call already. So we have some persons that have not introduced themselves. If you are just joining us, this is the session where we're introducing ourselves. We want to know where you are joining us from. We're excited to have you on the call this evening. So can we just know where you are joining us from? We'll be starting. We're bringing up our speaker in the next 2 minutes. So we just want to know where you're joining from. Oluwaseun from Ogun State, you're welcome. Um, all right. So while we do the introduction, I want to especially welcome everybody. I can see Oyibo, Deborah joining from Lagos. You're highly welcome. So yeah, I want to welcome everyone officially to today's edition of the Leverage Effect Expansion. This is an event that was birthed from the burden of seeing how nurses, we go through um conferences, attending events and summits, and yet it seems like while we get inspired and we come with all the glam, we get to network, there are still tangential things that we don't know, tangential things that we have not gotten to learn about nursing as a career. And we've brought up impeccable speakers who have had to go through those seasons and phases of their life where they felt like nursing was the best mistake they've ever made or the worst mistake they've ever made. And yet they were able to understand how to be able to make from their profession a career that is admirable today. And so that's why we brought up speakers who can relate with the struggles you're having as a nurse. So many nurses have so many questions in their hearts. While the yearning in our heart to answer those questions have pushed us to, attend a lot of conferences. We want to be everywhere just to be able to answer those questions. And guess what? That is what we're bringing to you this evening with the speakers who will be speaking to us from their wealth of experience. So I believe we are very ready. I hope we're super ready, just as I am. So right now, what you want to do is bring out your notepad, get your pen, and ensure you are writing. There would be a question and answer session even after the interview. So today we're going to be having Miss Olateju Sharon and Honorable Fawole Israel speak to us. How many of us are as excited as I am? We'll be having entrepreneurship and politics. These two persons are nurses, and yet they are doing amazingly well in this career of their choice. And so I'm going to be playing the biography of our speakers. Let's just sit tight as we watch.
And disciplined leadership. Beginning her entrepreneurial journey at the remarkable age of 16, Sharon is the founder of Shays Hub and has nearly a decade mastering the grit required to build from the ground up. To date, she has successfully brought over 3,000 products to market and personally served a client base of a 1 Deeply rooted in her faith, Sharon views leadership as the ultimate form of stewardship. She has occupied pivotal leadership roles from a young age and currently serves as the traveling secretary for the Fellowship of Christian Nurses, Southwest Zone, where she provides spiritual and administrative oversight to professionals and students alike. Currently the community manager at CareCode Digital Health Hub, Sharon sits at the nexus of technology and healthcare innovation. She is a vocal advocate for value-first leadership, driven by an intense passion for seeing entrepreneurs thrive and young people fulfill their God-given purposes. Sharon is committed to cultivating environments where vision thrives and systems are maintained without sacrificing the priority of people. Her mission is clear: to build a generation of leaders who are as resilient in their character as they are successful in their commerce. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Sharon Olateju.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everybody. Your mic is muted. I think your mic is muted. Yes.
I think I was too
Yeah.
excited. I forgot that my mic was muted. My Shea woman, so good to have you around. So good to have you here
So good to be here.
today.
So good to be here. I'm so excited
Thank
to
you
be here.
so much. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. You're highly welcome. Thank you very much. So we have two speakers today. Olateju Sharon, I call her my Shea woman of the Shays of right from when we started our Shays Empire. Like we've been coming a long way. It's been a long journey,
I
and I'm so proud
agree.
of. I mean, I'm so proud of your growth. I'm so proud of how resilient you are, and is it is it's paying off today. So we are so excited to have you here today. And we believe
Thank you.
you'll be sharing the wealth of your wisdom with us today. So we're going to be having Honorable Fawole also as our next speaker. So let's just sit tight as we hear his biography.
Fawole Israel Opiemi is a Nigerian nurse leader, researcher, and politician who served as the Speaker of the Oyo State Youth Parliament. A graduate of Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, LAUTCH, he advocates for health equity, policy reform, and youth inclusion. He also works as a research data analyst for the Institute of Nursing Research, Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Honorable Fawole Israel.
Okay, I don't know if Honorable Fawole is on the call already. I'm trying to cite him if he's on the call already. Um, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So we'll just continue while we wait for Honorable Fawole to join the call. So yes, we've introduced our first speaker for today, who is Miss Sharon Olateju. Miss Sharon, can you just tell us a brief, give us a brief narrative of yourself, how you ventured into entrepreneurship? I mean, you're a registered nurse. Why did you send a message to us? Tell us the story. We want to hear it.
All right, good evening, everybody. I'm really excited to be here, and I'm so excited. I also really want to acknowledge and appreciate the phenomenal Mrs. Josephine Midiolibi for this necessary conversation, and I'm very sure that every attendee in this room will, of course, leave very inspired, and not just inspired, but also with actionable steps to, make progress in their respective fields. All right, so my name is Sharon Olateju. I'm a registered nurse, and of course, a lot of people, you know, come across with this question with, are you still a nurse or have you left us? Right? I get a lot of those questions, and of course, I really understand from their perspective, saying that whenever they see me, either I'm talking about my business or I'm talking about my business, right? All right, so I actually started, my brand before I got into nursing school, right? Just like the bio stated, I founded my brand at the age of 16. And then for me, it was just like an hobby. I just liked the way I just saw a lot of women that had a lot of growing empires, and they had, you know, lot of influence, and it just kind of inspired me that this is the kind of life that I want, for myself. And I'm just grateful to have taken that initiative then. I mean, I was a teenager, I was 16, and thinking about it now, I'm also grateful for the people that I kind of marketed my product to, and they kind of believed and trusted me with their money, and that further strengthens the opinion of, it's not just about age now, but of how well you position yourself. Right. So I I found my brand. I started business at the age of 16, and that was before I resumed school. And of course, I took a pause when I resumed school. Of course, we understand how nursing is. It can be really, really, really demanding, right? And so I stepped back for the 3 years, the duration where throughout when I was in school, and I just recently resumed when I left school. So it was, for me, it was not just it wasn't a transition. It has always been there, right? I feel like nothing came years after I started my brand. So it was more like, oh, you know, the two identities matched, and they are coexisting.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. I mean, I love that story. From the age of 16, I've been asking myself, what was I doing at the age of 16? Yeah, I didn't want to know, honestly. You don't want to know. So, but I have a question.
Okay.
Have you ever had the confusion that, nursing in itself is extremely demanding, and being an
Right.
entrepreneur, my goodness, I understand how, demanding it can also be. So have there ever been a point where you were confused about, do I have to drop one for the other? Or even confused about the fact that as nursing added to this, is one of this affecting the other? Is nursing affecting my entrepreneurial endeavors? Is the other one affecting it? Has there ever been that point of confusion for you before?
Mm. That's a very interesting question, because I'm sure that this is a major question a lot of people are battling with, how to match both paths. All right. Let me start by saying that I know that a lot of people expect the answers of, doubts, but for me, I was never confused. Right. I mentioned earlier how that um, throughout my stay and my, um, period as a student nurse, I took a break. It was never a point of confusion for me. For me, it was a matter of when, right? I think at a point in our lives, we have to have honest conversations with ourselves, knowing what we can cope and not cope with. I feel like a lot of us build our lives based on several people's templates. We feel like, oh, this person did this, and so this is my standard. This is how I can live. The first thing we need to understand is ourselves. You see, the moment you know who you are, what you want to do, your strengths, your weaknesses, people's story will just be a form of inspiration to you. It won't be a blueprint for you to follow. So at that point, to be very honest, I was totally confused. I don't want to even start with the fact that I did not want to attend a nursing school. It was just like I landed, I just found myself there, right? And um for me, it was really confusing. I was part of the many nursing students that felt like I just felt like after the first semester, I should just probably just go back home and tell them, you know what, let me just leave this thing. But one thing that helped me, I know this is not part of the question, but I'm just going to quickly chip it in, was at the time we resumed, my school at that time, they were having this um, nurses week that we do every November. And then I was privileged to attend the Thanksgiving service, and the minister for that day it was just like she was speaking to me. I cried my eyes out. Now I saw that it wasn't working. I needed to choose between my grades or my business, especially since I'm very well involved in what I sell because we produce and sell from scratch. So it wasn't easy going home, sewing certain products, especially with students when they feel like, well, students now, you should not, why is this for this price? For instance, if you tell a student that, oh, a tote bag costs, let's say 2,000 naira, for example, and then one student is coming to give you 2,000 naira on Monday and is expecting to get the bag on Tuesday. I'm like, we are both in school. And so it wasn't working. Coupled with lady, I had several responsibilities in school, and it was just wise enough for me to step back. Now, I don't know if a lot of people, for people here that have my WhatsApp contacts, they would say that I recently just changed my WhatsApp profile picture last year. It was a strategy, and I'm going to explain what I did. So I took that picture, I arranged the products, and I took that picture and saved it as my profile picture. I stopped business, but everyone that saw my profile picture would always ask, did you curate that? I said, yes, I did. Uh, do you have a business? I said, yes, I have. Are you not doing the business? I said, well, for now. And the question, it was for me, was a form of reminder that this is my baby. For now, we need to build this part of myself. I'm going to come back to you. And so it was very easy for me to keep it in mind that I had something doing before I paused, right? I have no regrets of doing that because I excelled. I did well in school, right? And so when I left school, I just knew that, okay, understanding that we'll never get less busy, so let's get to action. For some other people, I mean, I'm never going to advise a student not to start a business. It didn't work for me at the time. I could not cope with several responsibilities that I was involved in. For you, I've seen several students that have businesses that are worth millions of dollars, not even naira now. So maybe if I had the knowledge I have now, then maybe I wouldn't have thought, maybe I would have found the best strategy. But imagine someone listening to me now and feels like, oh, now I'm a student, I can't do it. No, that's why I started with know yourself, know your weakness, know your strength, know what you are able to do, know your capacity, and trust me, you will thrive in any space you find yourself. So for me, yeah, it wasn't a matter of confusion. It wasn't like nothing was pushing me or pulling me in opposite direction. I knew that I would excel in both parts. And yeah, yeah, I think that
Amazing,
that's it.
amazing, amazing. I mean, from that last word you mentioned, if anyone meets you, they would know that you're a person of excellence, right? And I believe that that was one of the reasons you had to stop because you didn't want to do either side in a mediocre way. I'm not going to
Mm,
do nothing and be mediocre at it or do
yeah.
my business and be mediocre at it. So I love the part you mentioned about, understanding yourself, knowing yourself, right? And I think it's a very beautiful trait to have because it helps you to not be tossed by so many opinions,
Mm,
right? Everybody has something to say. Trust me, everyone
yeah.
has something to say, especially in the world we are today. Like everything is working from social media perspective, of course. Trust me. I
Right?
emphasis on social media perspective because if you
Everything's
get
working.
to the real life, you understand that many of these things is just for the just for people to see that this is it. But truly, if we don't understand who we are and what we're expected to do, you may think today, okay, it's writing. I think I have a skill in writing. They said people that write, they get this amount of money. Tomorrow it can be, it's digital health. I mean, see the people that are doing digital health, they already have this, number of state startups and podcasters and, everybody has something to say. But understanding yourself, you know what works for you and understanding the right time to be able to come in. I mean, Shades Up, there's literally almost nobody that doesn't know Shades Up on this call. If you don't know Shades Up right now, please just go and check on Instagram. You can check us out on Instagram. Shay is on LinkedIn too. We are doing amazingly well. She's the CEO of a mesh what's it called? Mesh products.
Right.
And I've actually patronized. I mean, the t-shirts I patronized you for my husband. Unfortunately, they were bigger than me, but I still stole
Oh,
one anyways. Because those t-shirts were amazingly nice. They were so great, great quality.
thank you.
The definition was amazing. So trust me, it's a brand you want to patronize. So, but I
Thank you.
have a question for you, right? You halted on and your business for a while, strategically placing your the picture. I think I saw that picture for a very long time of,
Mm,
I think it was an Adire shirt and a pen or something. Now
yeah.
it was on your heart, but I know how difficult it can be to stop something, even though it's on your heart, and have to pick it up again, right? How were you able to just start? It was on your own heart, right? People were seeing it, but there were people who never even knew or who never saw your status. How were you able to pick yourself up so quickly? And in what way did nothing influence your rapid growth? Like, how
Mm,
has nothing been able to influence the rapid growth of your brand within this short period of time? I think I'm actually
mm.
really curious, honestly. So yes, I know somebody else is also curious. Let's hear it.
I love this question. I really do. All right. Let me start by saying that people do not patronize business. People patronize people.
Hmm.
People do not patronize brands.
I hope we got
People
that. I'm definitely writing it down.
patronize people. People do not trust a product. People trust the person behind the product. I think the first mistake that entrepreneurs make is you think that um, you deserve everybody's money. Who told you so? Who told you that? Oh, someone will just look at you and you feel like because you've marked, you talked about your product and you feel like the next thing is for someone to dip their hands into your pocket and to give you your money. Now, I did not pause my business without an end goal. It wasn't an infinite type of ending that let me just drop this thing. Because for me, it was not a hobby, right? I knew that this is what I am going to do. I don't know when, but I know that is what I'm going to, end up doing alongside my nursing profession, of course. And yeah, so people do not patronize business, they patronize people. One thing that I learned during the course where I took a break, trust me, it was not easy. I remember someone, asking me a question about that particular picture, and I spoke at length, and I realized how much I missed, you know, talking about the business marketing. But I needed to pause that. I needed to delay that gratification for a purpose, right? And I was able to learn a lot of strategy. I wasn't quiet. I was learning. I was watching out for brands that I knew started at that time, and I was looking at how people were building. And so I knew I was going to start the business few weeks after I left school. I just knew I was going to. Now, I started off by saying that people trust people. The reason um, you would patronize me, especially for the first time, if I come to you now and tell you, oh, I sell this, the first reason you patronize me is because you know me. It is easy to convince people to get a product if they can validate the integrity of the person. It is easy for people to trust you with your money if they can validate you, if they can validate your character, if they can validate your attitude. So for me, I think one thing that really helped me, especially with the nursing community, is building interpersonal relationships. So people felt like, oh, if Sharon is doing this, then it must be solid. If Sharon is doing this, then of course we can be able to put our money to it and expect value for what we have paid for. Now, for example, let me use Dangote. Now, I will list some products that Dangote sells. That's oil, cement, spaghetti, salt. If
Yeah.
Dangote comes now and says that, let me think of something very random, and says, you know what, in the Dangote group, we want to start producing shoes. Now, everyone thinks like, why is Dangote producing shoes? But I trust you that people will patronize that shoe, not because they don't have other people to buy from, but because over time, Dangote has been able to convince them that your money is safe with us. And then they are, because of the past, testimonials and what they've been able to accrue from the brand, they can trust Dangote and say, okay, let us, even curiosity will make them, let us see these new shoes that Dangote is making. So it baffles me when I see people and they say something like they are not interested in personal branding. Personal branding is extremely important. Personal branding is what people say when you are not in the room. Personal branding is the first thing that people think of. When your name is mentioned, what is the first thing that crosses their mind? It may be good, it may be bad. If it's bad, that is your personal branding. If it is good, that is your personal branding. So for me, throughout my years in school, I wasn't isolated. I was not. I don't think I've ever been the gentle or the calm. I think I'm kind of really extroverted, right? And I was able to leverage on that relationship. And I don't know if it's just me, but for me, I feel like the nursing community feels like a family house that does not have an end. I don't know if it's just me. It
Yes.
just feels like the nursing community. I'm really always glad. I know that we need to do a lot of work in the nursing profession, but one thing that we have is solid relationships, such that you can meet a nurse in any part of the world. See, the only thing you have to say is Omo, how is work? And then everybody just start talking and blah, 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 blah. There is a way there's a way shared struggles brings people together. And I think it's important that even as we aspire to build whatever thing that we aim in building, make sure that you are building relationships with people. Relationships will multiply your process. It will make you'll be mentioned in rooms that you've not even stepped in. I mean, I've been able to I've related with people that I would not have been able to relate with if not because somebody mentioned my name. So really, we all need each other. You cannot succeed alone. You need someone to rely on. You need someone to refer you. You need someone to mention your name. Recently, I okay, that was not recently. It was last year. I made a couple of merch products for a celebrity. Like, I was starstruck when she sent her money and I saw the name, in my bank statement. I just kept looking like this is something that I would not have been able to do on my one. We're not in the same geographical location, but because someone had patronized me and trusted my brand and vouched for me, and I learned this very early in business. The same way you would treat a high networking individual, treat everybody the same. Because the truth is, as much as you aspire to grow and become better in the next few weeks, the next few months, understand that the client that is buying one t-shirt can be the next room to your, can be the the key to your next level. The person that patronized you with bought two t-shirts from you today, for example. I'm going to use what I sell t-shirts. Two t-shirts for you, for example. What if that person in a year is the next, commissioner of health, the next minister of health? And that is how I treat every client. I have an 100% retention rate in my business. I don't, there is nobody that has patronized me and you know has not been back because of my relationship with you. I don't treat you like, oh no, I treat everybody the same way. I say sorry to you if I messed up, not like I haven't messed up with certain others, but I've owned up to the mistakes. The same way I will tell you sorry, the same way I will send you a gift to make sure that, of course, so that you will trust me. It's the same way I will do to another person. There is no I self there. This is business. Knowing that, in as much as I believe in my brand, I believe in you also to push me. I believe in you also to refer me. I believe in you also to mention me in rooms that matter. And I think the nursing community has really helped me in pushing whatever I bring. They're like, oh, of course it's Sharon. I mean, I've met several people that will just call me Shay. And I'm like, oh, I'm a nurse, I see you. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much. So yeah, I'm grateful for the nursing community. I would always be grateful for nursing community. Up
Wow,
nursing
that was
community.
really up nursing community. I mean, that was really amazing. Like, I can so relate with the things that you are saying because these are experiences that I've had firsthand,
Mm,
right? I was still having a conversation with someone recently. I've been working as a nurse for about 5 years now, and
mm,
every single jobs I've had were by referrals. Like I've
mm,
never all the
yeah.
um I'm applying as a clinical.
Mm, mm,
I've not gotten a job from applications. All my jobs have been by referral. I'm going to use my current job as a point. I got a job around August, the job I'm currently doing now as a research associate in Medsiv. Now, first off, the position is not, if we're to look by qualification, I was not essentially supposed to get the job if it's qualification wise.
mm,
Firstly, because we're going to be working with some international companies and all of that. Secondly, there was no way in the world I would have known that the offer was open because it wasn't even on their LinkedIn platform that they needed this kind of person. But someone just called me around. It was around past 11. I can't even forget. Around past 11, I just saw a call. Do you want a position as a research person? I was like, first off, I don't have publications as at then, right? I write, of course, I write for Care City, right? Which is the CEO of Care City is Big Dan. That's sorry, I call him Big Dan. Daniel Ayinla is going to be coming up on one of these days. You really want to hear Big Dan speak because I mean I've learned so much from him. And he just told me that will I be available to do the job? First off, I know research, but not research was abstract for me in school. I loved it, but nursing school almost killed me. I don't want to do it, but okay, it's an opportunity that I feel like it was good. By the time I realized this referral was from like 5 people. It was a trail of 5 people from one person to one person before it got to me. On the day of the interview, I was not the only one who came for the interview. There was another person who was an engineer. He has had 6 years of experience in research. But guess why I got the job? Because I am a nurse, because it was a health related work I was going to be doing. So you don't know how strong the community of nursing you have is. Right. And I think these are the unconventional things people don't talk about in conferences.
mm,
See, you can get a job before you leave school because of the kind of what's it called relationship that you have been able to culture, the kind of
mm,
people you've been able to, you've been able to have a relationship with. How is your reception to people? How is your relationship with people? I see Shay, like I honestly I envy how you are able to celebrate people. She is always posting somebody. She knows somebody every day that is doing birthday. Like, I don't even have the energy. And you say they won't trust her because she truly values people. How much do you value people as a nurse? Like, you have a great advantage with the kind of relationship you are able to build. I'm very sure when you started, it was your friends, the nursing community that was able to
mm,
push, the brand till now you are having several other people coming. This conference you are in now, it was by nurses. Like I've been seeing the poster everywhere. Even people I don't know have been posting. They are nurses. It was by the community of nursing. You don't know how strong the community you have is. So that's one of the
mm.
things I really think you should take away today. The power of the community you have as a nurse will take you so far. Thank you very much, Shay. Our second speaker is around, and I'm really, really excited. We already shared his biography before he came, and I'm going to be introducing him again. I remember the first time I met Honorable Fawole Israel. It was at Camp 2024. Personally, I'm not unlike I really need to come and learn from you, honestly. If I don't open up to you, I really will speak, right? So I was sitting at the corner, at the back. I was part of the volunteers anyways, but trust me, you may not even know I was in the event. So I was sitting at the back and Honorable Fawole was one of the speakers who came. And as someone who loves book, I love books a lot. He started mentioning books. And as he was mentioning, have you read this? I was like, this is the kind of conversation I want to have. I kept raising my hand. I've read this. And he said he was going to give me a box of chocolates. But because the way he spoke, I knew there was so much that I needed to learn from him. I decided that no, a box of chocolates is not what I want, please. I want to have a conversation with you. What is that thing that you have that you could give? And I reached out to him and he was able to help me with my NGO as at then we were planning for our summit and it was successful through the help of Honorable Fawole. So can we just welcome Honorable Fawole? He's a politician, and guess what? He is a nurse. Can we celebrate him? Honorable Fawole, you are highly welcome. Thank you for accepting our invitation. I don't know if you can speak now. We are so glad and excited to have you on the call today. Um, as I'm not sure. Okay, I think he dropped off the call again. All right. So while we wait for Honorable Fawole, he was on the call. I don't know, probably his network or something. So yes, Woman, it's a very amazing conversation we've been having, and I love how the trajectory of this conversation, right?
I
So,
agree.
but I have a question, right? How are you able to sustain? Because it takes a lot of intentionality, right, to be able to sustain your relationship with people, right? How are you able to, this is a personal question actually. How are you able to sustain your relationship with so many? She knows a lot of people. I know today if I need any help, one of the first persons I'm going to reach out to is Shay Woman because I know she has the connects. I don't even need to stress myself. But how are you able to maintain all of these relationships with so many people, yet you are still able to do so much? I need to know. I really do.
Okay. I've been having a great time. Thank you. Mm, all right. Let me just say is that these things are learned, right? Um, a lot of people feel like, oh, let me say feel like. I know that many people think, and like I know a lot of people. The truth is, I don't talk to everybody every day, right? I don't talk to everybody every time. But I think one thing that I really prioritize in my relationship is I always try to make a mark. And honestly, you don't have to make a mark in someone's life every day. There are times that, and this is where, of course, allow me to be very realistic. This is where the spirit of discernment comes in. For example, this morning I got to work, and I was just sitting in my thoughts, and I just had a nudge to just send a message to about a couple of people, and I think I did that to about 10, 15 people. One thing that everybody prioritizes is that you value them. And it's so sad now that we live in an era where relationships now are really transactional. It's like, oh, what do you have to like? Let people be. Like I'm tired of that conversation where everybody feels like, oh, you need to have a circle where, and they come up with these silly questions. Do you have a circle where in 1 hour you can come up with 10 million? Baba, what are you
You
owing?
already
Where
come up
did
with
you?
10 million.
What? What are you doing? Why are you stressing why are we looking for 10 million? Now I'm not trying to say that building a strong circle is not good, but what I'm saying is that make sure that the relationships that you are building, you are being a good person thoroughly. Honestly, these things are learned, right? There
Yeah.
are things that you um pray to God for. I do not like being that person that is just in your life. My friends know me. You I don't want to be, I don't like building relationship that is just based on vibes and gist. Of course, what are you doing that I can help you with? It could be a support, a tap on the back, and it can be very demanding. But of course, being able to prioritize people. I don't have so many friends, and that's the truth. My circle is extremely small, extremely small. But I've just been able to just like how Jesus had the disciples, he had the 70, he had the 12, and he had the three, and he had the one, right? So I think we just have to come believe from the standpoint that we can do anything and we can be anything we want to be. Of course, I'm not going to deny the fact that we have different strengths in trying to manage people, but treat people how you want to be treated. Um, we live with this life, we just one life. Show up for people. There are times that I'm also not interested in talking to anybody. I just want to be in my shell. but of course in ways that you can show up for people, try, because relations are important. Just like you said, talking about the fact that you've never applied for a job. Okay, I've been working as a registered nurse since 2024. I have never left my house and carried my CV like this. I don't even know how to apply for jobs. Like, and when people ask me how do you apply, like, see, don't even ask me. Now, I got a job. I got my first job from I don't know if you have community nursing students in your nursing schools, but in my school at that time it was a tug of war. There was a lot of discrimination between the basic nursing students and the community nursing students. And for me, I'm like, nobody is spending more than 3 years by God's grace in this school, and I'm not going to let 3 years of my life define who I am. I related with every single person. I got my first job from a community nursing student, and the reason he referred me for that job was because of how I related with everybody. And I mean, it was a dialysis job throughout my nursing school journey. I don't think we ever had any, dialysis experience, as regards clinical posting. But he just trusted me that I was going to deliver. So I think, God did not design man to live alone. To be very honest, we need each other, and we must try as much as possible to be a good person. Just see, desire to be good, desire to attract, good people, and I think that's just it. These things are learned. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Show up for people. I think that's my takeaway from this. You don't always have to speak to them every day, but treat them the way you want to be treated. Thank you so much, woman. I think we have Honorable Fawole on the call now. Can you hear us, sir? Can you speak? Um, I don't know if Honorable Fawole can hear me.
Yeah, hi. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening, sir. I'm so glad to have you here today. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Uh,
Oh yeah, I'm
All
here.
right. Okay. Yeah, good evening, sir. So we've had the introduction, and I think we are all excited to actually hear from you. Just tell us a bit about yourself and how you got into the political space. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good evening. So let me do Everybody always coming to come and talk about politics. Whereas I'm a nurse, I'm just a nurse. Okay, good evening once again, everybody. My name is Israel Fawole. I graduated from Ladoke University of Technology, Ogbomoso. I am the Speaker of Oyo State Youth Parliament. I should be wrapping up my tenure in a couple of weeks, but I'll be handing over the office officially. I'm also a research nurse. I'm a research expert. I'm a research data analyst. I work currently within the research and development space. And yeah, I stay in Ibadan for now. Yeah, thank you. That's a little bit about me.
Amazing, amazing. We're so glad to have you here, sir.
Yeah,
So
thank
glad
you
to
so
have
much.
you. So I would like to ask how you got into politics as a nurse, right? I don't think I've heard any. They of course have been, but I don't think I've heard anybody personal who has actually gotten into politics proper apart from being from school. So can you just give us a bit of how you got into politics?
Oh, okay, thank you. So I want to give a shout out to Comrade Victor Gungbe. He's a very good brother of mine, and he's also a politician. People should go and be looking out for the upcoming politicians. And I also want to say thank you to my mentee. Um, um, I used to mix her name up. Adejumo Olawumi. Am I correct today, Olawumi? She actually made me to be here today because she was really following up with me. I had a very tight schedule. I had to park somewhere close to my house so I don't miss this. She was calling and calling and calling. And also, of course, you also followed up. Yeah, how did I get into politics? Um, I usually say, okay, I would say that one of the things that got me into politics is patriotism. I love my country so much, and I genuinely just want the country to be better than what we used to do, what we used to have. I could have been a military man, a soldier, but I remembered, Well, I spent a little time in the military. I told my father I'm not enjoying this military thing. And where I left, I left for Lautech. I wanted to study medicine, but unfortunately that year there was no medicine. So I joined, I did pre-degree, and after pre-degree there was still no medicine. So I joined the nursing department. And getting into nursing, I became very inquisitive about what are we doing here, female domination and all of that. And of course, the fact that it's female dominated, I have seen other nurses are asked to go and sit down, it's not their turn, they are not politically relevant. And I'm like, no, this is not going to happen. How I got into politics, I'm start telling you the story. When I was in 200 level at Lautech, I was one of the honorables in my class. And we wanted to have, an election for what do you call it? I wanted to have an election for the speaker of the Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences. And because as I'm an honorable and I am also eligible according to our constitution, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to contest for it. And I can go and sit down, you're a nurse, what are you looking for? Nurses don't contest for positions like that. I'm like, no, we are financial members of this association, and we have what it takes to also, be part of the decision making, what do you call it, processes in the university. And of course, being one of the student leaders is one of those places where you have a voice. They said no. So that's why they went to go and do a lot of politics, a lot of politicking to disqualify me, but they were not able to disqualify me. And we went to the election. I won. I served as the speaker of the Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, and I was the first nursing student to serve in that capacity in 30 something years of latex existence. And how did I also get into politics? I'm a very, very patriotic person, like I said, and I'm someone who believes that if you want to make something better, you want to make something good, you cannot do it from the outside. You have to do it from the inside. You have to be part of the processes. And if you're not into politics, you cannot communicate, you cannot even suggest the ideas to, the people that matters, right? So I started, okay, what do you call it? Contributing. Politics is not all about when you hold positions. Even when you do not hold positions, right? You should contribute, you should be conscious of the political happenings in your environment, in your profession, in your community, around where you are. You should be able to, be conversant with what is, happening, what is obtainable. Right. So I remember that time I usually write to national dailies, the Nigerian Tribune, the Nation Guardian, the then Nigerian Compass as well. Whenever there is any major issue on campus, and I have tried my possible best through the necessary, what do you call it, internal process, and we're not able to resolve it. I'll just pick my pen and I'll write and I'll publish in the National Daily. And of course, the university management will now see that and they will now call me that, oh, what is happening, and all that. So that was the process for me. I had a voice, I have a voice, and I was not timid. When there are issues, I write constructively to address the issue. You don't have to go out to go and abuse anybody or constructive contributions. And that also positions me very well. So when it comes to leadership issues, when it comes to policy related issues, when it comes to political issues, by default, people just come to me that, Israel, so what can we do? And we come together, I give idea. And of course, because there's a saying that a reader today is a leader tomorrow. I read a lot. I read a whole lot. And like I said, being conscious of what there's nothing happening around me that except I just don't want to talk about it, right? So whenever there is any issue, people come to me, how can we resolve this problem? I'm like, okay, so this is what we are going to do. Let's do this, let's do that. In fact, before some of the issues happened, I have intelligence, I have information about it. I have taken proactive measures, you know, to address, those issues. And so that was it for me. There was a voice that helps me to, what do you call it, to be well positioned for visibility first, because you must be visible. We want to do politics. You must have a voice. It's very important. And that has been my major, what you call it, advantage or the vantage point for me. And I want to encourage all of us as nurses. Our profession is where it is today because we are not involved in politics. And as we move on in this conversation, I hope I'll be able to also address some key issues, and I want to encourage all of us. It is very important. It is very, 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 why we have entrepreneurs like, Olateju will bring money for us to contest elections. So all of you must also do business and you must have money. Leadership is also very expensive, right? It's very expensive. So you must do business, you must augment, you must, be versatile, right? That's a word. You must be versatile, you must, do a lot of things. And I'm sure quite a number of you has been involved in student union, who has served in one capacity or the other. You understand what I mean when I say that leadership is quite expensive because you're going to sacrifice your food, your money, your stuff to get things done, your night, your time as well, right? So yeah. So that was how I got into politics, contributing to the development of my immediate community. And I would say politics might not be for everyone, to be very honest, but we all have a role to play. And if you're not thinking about advancement, if you're not thinking about progress, if you're not thinking about development, just you have no business being in politics. You have no business aspiring to be involved in politics. But yeah, you have a role to play by contributing your quota, being a responsible citizen. Yeah, so that's it for me. Thank you, Anova.
Amazing, amazing, sir, amazing. So, before I continue, please, if you have questions, I believe a couple of us have questions. You can start dropping your questions in the chat box so that we'll be able to address your questions, both for Honorable Fawole and Miss Sharon Olateju. I think one of the things I was able to take away from what Honorable Fawole has said so far is that you have a voice, right? Obviously, it's an uncharted territory. Politics for nurses is one of the things that is just in recent times that it looks like people are really taking it very, have been very interested in it. But I believe one of the things that really helped you was the fact that you never allowed opposition to have anything to do. You didn't allow opposition to have a toll on you, to take a toll on you rather. You didn't allow the voices of others. You mentioned that when you were trying to context, they were like, what are you doing? You're a nurse. What are you looking for here? And I also believe one of the things that also helped you that they were not able to take you out was the fact that you've already built yourself, right? You've already built a foundation for yourself. It's something you've been doing over time. You talked about how you have been writing in the daily times. You've been building yourself for that position, right? So even when the opposition comes, it doesn't make any meaning to you because you know that you are capable. You've started building your capacity, for that which you want to do. And I think it's a very big take home for me, right? And I believe for some other persons here, right? You may be having ideas to do things that unnecessarily is not necessarily common, is not necessarily what everybody is doing in nursing, right? It's not necessarily what we all know. But start building, start building. The opportunity will come. I believe that the opportunity met you prepared, and that was why, irrespective of the opposition, you were able to do so much, right? And yeah, I actually have a question. I actually have a question. You are a politician, right? But is there any way nursing has actually helped you? Has nothing ever given you an edge in politics? In what way have they intersected, or are they two parallel lines? Is there a way nursing has helped you in your political endeavors? And do you see nursing as a career or just a profession? Do you see politics as a career? I would like you to share light on that.
Oh, okay, yeah. There are ways nursing has been an advantage for me. Yes, FCN has been a great, without nursing, there is no FCN. FCN has been a very great advantage for me because I met people who helped me build my spiritual life, right? Life is very spiritual, and as a political leader or as a leader, one of the things you want to do, you want to be conscious, you want to um bring the best to the people you're serving, right? So through FCN, I've been able to build myself in terms of building my spiritual life. There's the place of self-governance first. You must first be able to lead yourself, right? Before you're able to lead others. And when it comes to self-governance, genuinely, Fellowship of Christian Nurses has helped me to build self-leadership. right? That's one. Now, nursing as a whole, our profession is people are very apathetic about nursing, right? Very apathetic about nursing. We usually beg people to even come and vote. I don't know. Nursing has given me the platform, and it's been an advantage. I had the opportunity to serve as the national president of Nigerian University student when I was in the university. Nursing gave me that platform, right? If I was not a nurse, I won't be national nurse president. And I remembered when I was featured in Forbes Africa, it was because I had the opportunity to serve as NUSA president, right? And that was all gave me the advantage. Yeah, so nursing has been a great what do you call it, advantage point for me. Yeah, a lot of opportunities I've had, and they've been because I am a nurse, right? So yes, nursing has been a great advantage for me. You talked about, do I say nursing as a career or politics is a career? Nursing is the career. Politics is service to your country, to your people, or to a particular interest. Politics for me, in my own context, is not a career. I am a nurse. Currently, I'm enrolled in a dual master's program. I'm doing my master's in public health. In fact, it's going to be three very soon. I'm running on my master's in nursing science. I'm a medical surgical nurse in the University of Ibadan. I'm doing my MPH in Lead City. I'm starting my master's in public administration in Lautech. So that is my career. That is career for me. Politics is just for me to now bring this knowledge to be able to contribute to the development of my profession, my immediate community, my country, my state. I don't know if that makes sense for you. And how am I going to do that? Oh, I am an expert in this. So when it comes to, we're talking about health system, health system thinking, health system strengthening, healthcare financing, I'm able to bring my knowledge because I am a nurse into that field. There's nobody you have seen who has served in any capacity. They have rose through a particular career, either as an accountant or an engineer or a lawyer or something, right? So yes, you have business to lead when you have also you have recorded career success. Politics is not a career. It's an avenue for you to serve based on the capacities you have built through your career, right? So I don't know
Amazing,
if that
amazing.
answers the question.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Amazing. I think that, yeah, that's really amazing. And I believe there is no Christian nurse whose story is really complete without FCN. Like so many of us will not be able to talk about our story as a nurse, especially a Christian nurse, without FCN being in the picture. So yes, we are grateful for for FCN. So I want to ask a question. When you started as a nurse, were there times you had struggles? Were there times where you felt like you made a mistake with nursing, right? You wanted to do medicine, but it didn't just look like with every opportunity was looking like it was nothing you were going to eventually do. But were there times where you felt like you made a mistake being in the nursing profession? Or have there been times where the profession has made you doubt if it was what you were supposed to do? Yeah.
That's a very big question you have asked too. Hmm. Sometimes I become Yakubu in this that are nursing, and I just have to manage. You know, just have to manage because hmm, nurses, man. Yes, there are a lot of challenges, and there's no profession without its own challenge. Yeah, there's no, there's no profession, there's no cause, there's no meaningful cause that does not have its own challenge. Yes, I've had a lot of back and forth, especially when we're trying to do good for the profession. For example, we had when I was national president was when we started, established Institute of Nursing Research. What do you call it? Journal club, right? And we had done everything we are supposed to do. Registering the INR in Nigeria became a problem because of NMCN. The leadership NMCN is not providing. Some of us came together to say we are going to be providing this leadership. And till now, we don't have a national institute of nursing research. But we have built that capacity, we have done everything needed to do. NMCN refused to give an approval for CSE to establish to officially register the INR as an independent entity of the FCN. FCN's INR's legal existence is currently under FCN. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
So we are trying to do something good, right? And some people somewhere, for reasons best known to them, say, where are you people coming from? They want to break a generational curse. We want to say, let us do something that will advance our profession. And some people somewhere sat somewhere and they're like, no, you will not be able to do this. So things like this can be very discouraging. We spent our own money, we're not funded by the government or through anything, right? And these are, you want to reconsider that when Mubato, like, who are these people that, you want to really reconsider some of your choices sometimes, really. I could go on and go on and go on and give you a lot of examples, right? So, but we have to manage because it's not because of some of us who have fronted so many things for the profession, right? It is because of the future of our country, the interest, of our country. We don't stand up to it. Trust me sincerely. I mean, in fact, when you talk, I don't know how many of us have read Purpose Driven Life by requiring our purpose is in nursing. For me to find myself here is not by accident. And through nursing, I'm able to say, oh, yes, liberation, emancipation of our dear professions. Hmm? It is through these processes. And of course, I say, oh, God has given me a vision. God has given me something to run with, right? And I imagine I go and face politics. So I did not go to school. I don't have my master's. I don't have my PhD. I not become a professor, get to the peak of my career. So even if you want to do politics now, you must be double qualified, triple qualified. Because when it comes to the table where decisions will be made, right? Will be taken. They're asking you to introduce yourself. You're saying you are Mr. Kinikon, or you are Comrade Kinikon, you are Nurse Kinikon. Is it not embarrassing? But now, if our people now, if they come, you know how they say, yeah, I am Professor Kinikon, I was trained at University College Kinikon, I have masters in this, I'm a consultant Kinikon. Oh, you're welcome. I am Professor Fawole. Abi, is that what I am honorable? In fact, if I want to be proud, no, you say I'm honorable professor. Do you understand? I am qualified in this, I'm qualified in that. I have been this, you have been there. Yes, I have been here too. You have been, yes, I have been too. Do you understand? So that is the
Yes.
current, talk about. I've been to the National Institute for Policy and Strategy. So that's in at NIPS and Kuru. That's like the highest policy think tank institute in Nigeria. So if you want to come and say you are one, you come somewhere, you have, yes, I have been here. I was trained by Oxford Blackfriars School of Government in evidence and policy making. Whenever you want to go and bring your policy, we have it. And I have the opportunity to do that at a very young age. I got into politics at 20, no, before 26. Maybe I was 19, 18 when I got into politics. So, and I became the Speaker of the Parliament when I was 26. So I'm just trying to say this because politics right now, leadership right now, you cannot come and be saying, so somebody is telling you, oh, he's MBBS, MPH, MKNICON, and you are not, you want to be a leader, you want to be non-president. And it is when you were 40 or when you become 50, that's when you are remembering that you want to go and do your PhD. Things must change in nursing, right? Those are not the type of people that should be leading us any longer, right? And I'm really grateful because a lot of our nurses from colleges are becoming BSc holders, HND, and people are doing their postgraduate programs and all of those things. So, so for me, trust me sincerely, sometimes it can be discouraging because of the quality of things, but things are changing. I've been in a table before where doctors are sitting down. I am there as a politician. Doctors are sitting down and want to distribute resources. And when my nurses came, I am Comrade Kinikon Kinikon. Thank you. And my nurse sat down. When the MBBS people will talk, you say, I'm professor with pride, with steez. Nurses, you must have steez. Oh God. All of you must have proper steez. Oh. The MBS guys came and they're like, oh yeah, I'm Professor this, I'm a consultant urologist. trained at Kinikon in the UK. I was in South Africa for Kinikon. I was in the US for Kinikon. I got Kinikon award. I got Kinikon grant. I got Kinikon. If you are also on the top of the table and you want to make somebody the top or the controller of, there's no amount of what do you call it? Nepotism I want to do. Do you understand now?
Yes.
It won't fly. You are going to bring your qualification nurses, R. Ah, God. Some people go and put BLS, so I'm ashamed for all of you. Go and cancel that nonsense. All that is to put BLS on your LinkedIn. It's just like you are putting your course curriculum. Why not put medicine? Why not put mental ethics in research to have ethics in nursing there too? So that is really all of you that put PLS on your link. If you message me again, I'll block you. It's very funny. Do you think doctors don't know they don't know BLS? Now I'm gonna put yeah, sorry. Now I'm gonna put BLS on. What's that? People should have
APLS.
stis this year. That is really funny to me. So are you now showing us because you did BLS? What are you doing? Anybody without a nursing, whatever, can do BLS. So, but I'm just trying to say that we must be able to how do I don't want to I don't want to call it package, but we must be able to present ourselves in an acceptable way. Attend conferences. I am begging you in the name of Jesus. International conferences, local conferences. Publish something sensible on your page. Your page is not a place where, because for example, you will see some of the doctors, those who are really career, things they post on their page are related to what they are doing. But our nurse, oh my God. Post something meaningful on your page. How you are volunteering, you are in one community sharing vaccine. Write about vaccine, hesitancy, policy related issue, education related, practice related issues. Topics for look at the WHO calendar. Create a timeline, a content timeline with WHO calendar, right? Post something meaningful. Position our profession because you are a representative of the profession. Don't dress anyhow. Don't dress anyhow as a nurse. All those nursing station gist. You can't be a leader that way now. You can't. Let's have some. Even me, I don't know what steez is, so, but I know that let's have steez. Hmm? So you want to be a leader, your courage, the way you carry yourself is it matters a lot. The way you package yourself, the way you present yourself. And now you have AI. If you don't know anything, easily you can go to AI and go and ask, and you will read and you will present excellently well. Right? So we all have a lot of advantage right now. It doesn't cost you anything. Say this year, I will buy iPad for myself. Stop using all those techno, all those phones that throw it away. Save money. And it's not like you don't have that money. Package. Look at all these guys now. Have you seen the way they actually really package? Have you seen very intentional packaging? Buy iPad. If you cannot afford iPad, buy Samsung Tab. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Buy some, package yourself, wear good clothes. Must not be when you buy two clothes today. It's now until when that clothes is old before you can buy another one. Let's as nurses, how you appear is also the way that how you present yourself or your appearance is also a way. It's also one of the ways by which people will address you, right? So appear
Yes.
very well, represent the profession very, very, very well. So yeah, nothing has been a great. I can't say this is a disadvantage. Nothing is a very big advantage for me, and I thank God that, honestly speaking, I am a nurse. I thank God for that. That I am a nurse. I must be very, very, very. I have a mantra. I usually say that my own bedside is in the world. My bedside is not in the hospital. Nothing. The world is my mantra is the world is my bedside. And that's why you see me, all around the world because that is my own bedside. I'm a policy expert. I do research to inform policy, to guide evidence-based practice, and also inform guidelines. So when people meet me and they say, Are you a practicing nurse? I tell them yes. Which hospital do you work? I work in all the hospitals. Because when I do research translates
Yes.
into policy translates into what? into guidelines, right? And all nurses around the world uses the guideline. Then I am working in all the hospitals. So I hope that answers the question.
I mean, you've answered so many questions, and I feel that these are things that, should be really emphasized. Packaging. It's not just packaging, package with value, have something to offer, right? It's not just the
Right.
packaging. When they see the glam, let them come and see that there's so much more than what they are saying. Like beyond the photos, the pictures you are taking, let there be value to offer. You mentioned how that research is helping you to change policies. I'm in the research space too, and I know how academics is really, really important, right? With the team I'm currently working with, the least qualification that the people I'm working with has is a master's. Like that's the least qualification. And this person that has a master's is currently doing his PhD. Right. And this is a room that is by grace that I got into it. But trust me, it's not every time that grace will bring you into some rooms. Your preparation would give you the advantage to be before some certain kinds of persons. So we do a lot of complaining in nursing, and I was having a conversation with Dr. Damilare recently, and I was saying that the problem in nursing is not peculiar to nursing. If it gets flipped to the other side and you have the experience that other professionals are having, especially health professionals, you know that our problem is not peculiar to us. See, I was in the midst of some doctors recently, and they were just lamenting and talking about how the system is not favoring them, how it's as if they're oppressing young doctors. And I was like, these are the same things that we are talking about in nursing too. Everybody is complaining. But if you want to see the change that you are clamoring for, you need to be able to show that you have a say by the value you are providing, by the experience you are able to bring. What are the things you have to show to be able to say, okay, I can change policies? What can you show? What do you have to, what would you be able to say when you are in the midst of people who are changing things? What do you have to show? Upskill yourself as a nurse. Honorable Fawole has said it all, honestly. He has said it all. Upskill yourself. You can't stay where you are. Upskill yourself. So I have some questions here. Some persons have dropped some questions. So I will take the first question by Adebimpe Adeda. I said, really love your story. I think that's to my share woman. What kind of business do you suggest? In like 2 minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Adebimpe, for that question. Okay, I would like to
Sorry, is it
say
my
that one of the biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs make is that, I think I've shared this once on my social media platform, is that we seek to selling a product instead of solving a problem. Now, entrepreneurs need to understand that at the core, you are a problem solver. So your first question should not be, what can I sell? What business idea do you suggest? In your immediate environment, what is that solution? What is that one thing that people need, but they don't have enough of that you can provide? Because problems are specific to, and it's also contextual to the environment that you find yourself in. So the problem that I'm able to observe in my own environment might not work for you. Okay, so it's not enough to knowing what to sell, because the truth is you do not want to start a business, or you don't want to start a brand with a product that people are not interested in. So the first thing that you need to figure out is, what is it that people do not have in my immediate environment? And every global problem starts locally. So you can be sure that as much as you commit to that problem locally, you can be sure that it's going to give you a leverage. And then people start to know what you are doing. People start to refer you to a bigger audience. And that is how growth is found. So instead of thinking about what can I sell, start thinking about start thinking about what can I solve. And when we talk about problems, people tend to think it's a very complex thing. Think about that woman on your street corner. If she wasn't selling water, if she wasn't selling food, it means that you have to travel, or you have to go from street to street looking for water. So it can be very, very subtle, very, very very, very minute. But you can be rest assured that as long as you are providing solution to human being problems, they are willing to pay. So business has to do with exchanging of value, right? And that's why I frown at people uh, people who own businesses when they post on their social media platforms and they are like, patronize me so that I can buy chicken, patronize me so for my audience to pay. It's very silly, because the idea of owning a business is that you are providing solution to other people, and you saying that is just making them feel like they are patronizing you to meet a need. So you've downgraded your self-worth, because the truth is, like I said, like I said earlier when I was answering one of those questions, that people trust people. So I am never going to trust you with my money if the first thing I'm seeing on your WhatsApp status is patronize me so that I can eat breakfast. I mean, no one cares about you having breakfast or not. No one cares about you having lunch, right? Business is about meeting a need. It's an exchange of value. So I'm not going to tell you what to sell. You can reach out to me and let me know, oh, this is the problem that you have observed in your immediate environment, and we can work things through on how you can come in providing that solution to your environment. I think I've answered your question, Adepinkwe. Yeah,
You
thank you.
have. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So this question goes to Honorable Fawole by Bisola Ajay. Says, what's a key advice you have to people who wants to go through uncharted territories?
You want to go through uncharted territory, you must have uncommon skill. You must put in the uncommon efforts. You must be brave. You must be ready to walk a lonely road. You must also show no form of validation. You want to do something big. If we were looking for validation, INR would not be what it is today. Just give an example. So be ready to walk a lonely road, even when nobody sees, what you're saying. Be very ready to walk a lonely road. Be ready to also put in the extra effort, read the extra time, study extra time. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Audibly, you're very audible, sir.
Oh, okay. I said you must be ready to put in the extra work. The extra time is very important. You must put in the extra work. You can't afford to be a regular person if you want to chat and uncharted, if you want to pass through, you want to walk an uncharted territory. You must build capacity. It's very important that you build a very beautiful, strong, solid capacity. You must be ready to shun validation. You don't seek validation, like, because sometimes, when you are looking for validation of people from some people, you will not start. You will not even move. Move. Carry yourself and move very well. Not everything is going to work well. Just build enough capacity, be knowledgeable, because knowledge drives action, and have people who are progressive around you to believe in your dream, right? Because your network is your net worth. That's also very, very, very what do you call it? Yeah, you cannot shun your finances. You cannot be, you cannot shun it, because when you have dreams and you don't have finances to drive it, sometimes it's just an hallucination. So you must be, this is not a financial intelligence class, but you must be serious. You must understand what is going on in the money market. Where can you invest into? Where can you not invest into? Right? So last year I talked about how you must do business. I do business. I have never posted about my business online. I've never had anything to say. I don't even have the time. Right? So do business, make sure, because you will finance that thing you want to do. And of course, when you carry your body already, people are able to now come in and support you, right? But without something, nobody's going to come to you and say, "Oh, God, let's support you," or something. Yeah, you must be brave. It's very important that you are brave, be knowledgeable. And I can recommend some books for you to read. There's this Goes by Brian Tracy. I recommend, please try and read the book. There's also another book, Awakening the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. It's a very great book. Please read it. Many of you have read Dr. Akingbade's, what do you call it? Um, Uncharted. What's Dr. Akingbade's book's title by me? Somebody should remind me. Um, Dr. Akingbade.
Uncharted
I've
territories.
Uncharted Territory. Please make sure you read the book. It's very important. It's highly inspiring. And of course, what other book can I An Enemy Called Average is a book. I've forgotten of the author, but that book is very powerful as well. Read biographies, listen to inaugural lectures, listen to convocation speeches, listen to university lectures. Go online and just be very intentional, right? Go to Yale, go to Harvard, go to Oxford pages on YouTube. Go and listen. Subscribe on YouTube so that when you are watching something meaningful, 20 seconds, 1 plus 1 is that is very annoying. I was seeing something on my friend's laptop and something very meaningful that I was already catching them and 1 plus do premium YouTube. It's not even, I think it's like 2K or 3K or so. So that when you are watching something, something is not just interrupting you. You know, your mind is very important. So you have to protect the process, right? Read biographies. Read what? Biographies. You'll be inspired. You'll really, really be inspired. Journal. Journal what you learn in this, in all of those things. So you will see a lot of people, if you read biographies a lot, you will see how people work alone. Look at Michael Faraday, for example. Look at Galileo Galilei. Look at Isaac Newton, right? So people have worked on uncharted territories, right? So if people have done it, it means you can also do it, right? So, but you must read, you must build yourself, and you must also be very prayerful. It's very important that you are what? You are very, very, very prayerful. Because I hope I've answered it. I saw your email. Yes, I'm seeing you. In 5 minutes, I saw, ask for your iPad. I saw your email. We'll talk later.
Thank you so much, sir. So before we ask the last question for
Okay, are
tonight,
there other questions?
yes, there's one more question, but I think Olateju Sharon wants to say something.
Oh,
Yes,
seems we are
thank you.
frozen, oh.
No, I don't think so. I think it's your network, sir. Can you hear me?
Clearly.
Sorry, is it my network?
Yes, I think so, sir. All right. Let me just say that Honorable Fawole
What
is
did you
very
say?
humbling being. Can you hear me? It's very humbling being on the same platform with the phenomenal Honorable Fawole. I'm learning a lot. All right. I would just like to add. Honorable Fawole has really answered the question of, you know, chatting on uncharted territories. And I would just like to add that every familiar territory was once uncharted, right? And you just have to be crazy enough about your idea. I think it's kind of hypocritical for you to not have done the work and expect people to believe in what you are doing. I think you people feel like you have to earn people's attention, or they just feel like they are entitled to people's attention. I think it takes a lot of work. So you need to be crazy enough to believe in yourself and adapt the world to what you are doing. You need to be loud about your work first before people then now believe in what you do. So yeah, I would just like to chip that in, that be crazy enough till everybody can buy your idea and are able to follow you through the journey. Yeah, thank you.
So much for that addition. That was really, really profound. Be crazy enough about your idea to people believe it. Thank you so much. So I'll be asking the last question for tonight, and this question goes to Honorable Fawole. So this is by Edebojo Ame. Says, "Good evening. So I have a keen interest in public health, and my ultimate goal is to work with the international organizations like WHO, UNICEF. What skill do I need? I tried picking up data analytics, but it's not as fun and engaging for me. It's just like labor, and I'm torn this, between this. Sorry, I'm torn between, is this how it's supposed to be, or I'm just being lazy? So what necessary skills do I have to
Are you
build?
learning that? Okay, are you learning that analysis from all these tech bros? Tech bro don't know that analysis, oh. All these tech institute, you go and rest. When you learn that analysis from people who studied about statistics, you will love it. Want to learn that analysis, one tech can say come and learn. It will not be fun for you because you will not understand it. And how do you want to apply it to nursing? So you must genuinely learn. You must genuinely learn from the right source. And of course, right information is also very important. Yeah, you say you want to work in WHO, you want to be in organizations like WHO, UNICEF. There's a UNV program, right? I don't know if it's still open or not, but you can check for UNV, register there, put in your CV. There are so many materials on LinkedIn. on how to apply, check your Instagram, check TikTok. It's a very strict process. It could be your entry into the WHO or the UN system. When you are coming to the UN, that consultant work within that space as well. You must come with your skill. You must be very skillful. You must have experience and you must have qualifications. So it's very good that you first have a career clarity, know what exactly you want, build experience, build a portfolio in that field. And trust me sincerely, when you come into the space, you really enjoy it. You are going to really, 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 really. By God's grace, I'll be in Geneva in May, attending World Health Assembly, like the biggest, healthcare professionals and top policymakers coming together to discuss policy, health-related policy issues and take decisions as well. Yeah. So nothing has is taking me there. So nothing has been an advantage point for me. So build necessary skills, learn that analysis, not from tech bro. Not from tech bro. All of you that all those tech people come and be meeting you. Can you connect analysis? Just look at them. What do you know in that analysis? Is research data analysis is different from all the type of data analysis that they do. Yeah, you want to know that analysis, the next thing for you is not just to jump on SPSS or R or Stata. It might look boring. You need to understand the fundamentals and theory. That's how you will know it. Not just jumping on the second one learn Power BI, come and learn SQL, Abi, and they'll collect your money. I wish I'm wicked too. I wish I can collect plenty of people's money and come and teach them what I know. They will not really understand. So it's very important that you get the right man. That's why, INR is one very good place, a journal club that that you will be taught by people who rose through the rank. I don't even understand what I mean. The step-by-step process would, and of course, is a place where you're able to also get um, 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 clarity. Yeah, I would have said I should help, but I'm busy. I am very, very, very busy. Are you a graduate nurse? If the person can unmute, let's talk. Are you a graduate nurse? Who is the person? Let me look at. Where is Ame Edebojo?
Yes, sir.
Which university did you graduate from?
University of Ibadan.
You, I catch you. What year did you graduate?
2024.
That's 2 years ago. Yeah, I mean, you finished from a very solid place. I'm currently a student at Faculty of Nursing Ibadan as well. I don't know. Do you have a laptop?
Yes, sir.
Where currently are you working or serving or doing something?
I just finished my internship. I'm awaiting NYSC. So I'm
Oh,
currently in
okay.
Abeokuta.
Abeokuta. So if you want to know that analysis, please look for a statistician. Those are people, and there's one man in UI in the Department of Statistics. Maybe I'll share with Olawumi or with what do you call it, with Josephine. If you can, they usually do like different cohort and teach people. I've recommended for a lot of people. More than 15 people has gone to that, and it's virtual. And they come back to say, "Oh, Israel, thank you so much for the recommendation." So I can recommend. Is a statistician is excellent. He's my mentor as well. So he could teach you. Statistics is, except you don't have interest in research, right? If you have interest in research, you cannot say you don't like statistics or mathematics. You must know it. Yeah. How have you made efforts to learn data analysis? Can you run me through it?
I've taken some courses on Udemy, Coursera, but I've not really
What course,
gotten a
what
practice.
what course did you take on Udemy? Is it Ahmed Oyinlaw's course?
No, can't even
What
remember
what
his name, but
what course was it? What course was it?
I
I
cannot
will share
remember,
the.
sir.
You cannot remember. You're not. I catch you. But really, look for a bastard station. I could recommend his name is Emmanuel Ojo or something. It's very good. So yeah, it will teach you from basics. In fact, I just bought it's not here. I just bought about 36 textbook as well because I really want to be an authority in data analysis. I know it, I do it, but getting involved in deep research I know I need to know more. I ordered the book from India. I have two more that I bought from the US that will soon be here. And they are all on research and biostatistics. Those are just biostatistics research, right? So I've not talked about other research process, research methodology, and all of those things. So yeah, please try and learn from a biostatistician. You will enjoy it, I promise you. If you are doing to all those tech brother on Udemy and all of those things, you might not really enjoy it. I didn't know where you learned, but I know if a biostatistician teach you, you will fall in love. Because everything you are doing there is a scientific rationale, there's a mathematical reason for it. So just like if you want to go and learn quack nursing without understanding scientific rationale, you will not enjoy it. So, but research is interesting. You want to get involved in development space, volunteer a lot. It's also important that you volunteer. You must have volunteering experience, your research skill, your rapporteuring skills, public health here. Depending on what your interest is, really, that will be now determine how you are going to build your profile. Do you get it? And you said you
Yes,
want
sir.
to do a lot of things in your WHO. Everybody who is a nurse and doctor that I know want to work in UNICEF and WHO and UNFPA and UNDP. It's very possible, but you must be strategic on how you're organizing your goals. How you build your profile is very, very. I hope one of these days, if I have time, let's can look through how to build a resume or a CV that attracts international opportunities. Right? It's very important that we also learn all of those things. And of course, how we introduce ourselves is also very important. Go and take fine headshots. Okay, if you have phone, sure, you can take a very good headshot. Your Instagram picture, especially on female nurses, people will be God damn it. People. Okay. If you want to post fine picture, go to Pinterest. Now your social media is also a form of your CV. So you cannot afford even your Instagram. People will access your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your Twitter page. Those are not places where you wear one fine boo-boo on Sunday, and that's the best place to go and dump it. Go to Pinterest. That is where that place is. Instagram is now a CV platform. Do you know that?
Yes.
Abi, embassies will ask you to put your Instagram on
Yeah.
not private mode. So they want to see the consistency between your CV and your social media space. Have you thought in that direction? International Nurses Week is coming. Post something about nursing where you, in fact, I'm sewing nursing uniform too. People must say that I'm a nurse. I'm looking for one local government where they will do vaccine, where I can also enter the bush and go and give vaccine to people. So you must be able to use that platform very well. It's not the place where you don't want fine and you want to show us. We have seen your fine. We know you are fine. Some people see you every day. So we all know you are fine. Please use your Instagram very well, your social media. I don't even have the time to even post on my social media, but then those of you who have the time, I envy you because the skill you have to use all these apps to do content. Me, I don't have that time. I don't have the skill. So just imagine that you are even more skillful than me that I'm talking to you. And if you want to mentor me in content creation, please kindly send me an email. I will be glad to come to your class. But really, jokes apart, your social media is a form of your CV right now. You know that. Be intentional about what you post here. If you must post fine picture, WhatsApp status is enough. If you think enough people did not see it, post it again. Make it your DP. When you are tired, let it rest. All you should use all those places for is you attend one conference, you go in class, you are doing something related to your CV. So that when you are checking your resume or all the plenty English you have spoken there, there's something that talk about the lived experiences as well. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So that's that on that.
Thank you so much, sir. I think we've all had an amazing time today as two speakers. And what do we have to say to our speakers? Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I mean, this was a time worth spending. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, ma. So, Honorable Fawole mentioned the book by Professor Oluwadamilare Akingbade. The title of the book is Charting New Territories, My Journey from RN to Global Nurse Consultant. Trust me, it's a book you want to read. Thank you very much, Damilola, for posting it. And guess what? It's going to be one of our speakers tomorrow. We'll be having Professor Oluwadamilare Akingbade and Mr. Dapo Bimbe tomorrow. And trust me, it's a session you don't want to miss. Thank you everyone for staying this long. Thank you very much, Honorable Fawole. Despite your tight schedule, you are here today. We really appreciate it. And I've learned so much from all that we've spoken about today. Sharon, my chairwoman, thank you so much. I love you so much. Thank you very much. All right, see you tomorrow by 8 p.m. We'll meet again here today. Please let us know what you've learned. If you're on the community WhatsApp group, let us know what you've learned from today's session and let us know what you'll be doing better from what you've learned today. All right, see you tomorrow, everyone. Do have a blissful night. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Yeah, good